Razabani for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. I'm delighted to be in Manchester, and it's fight week for Joseph Parker. Derek Chisora with me on the undercard. The Savage himself, Mr. Alen Babic. Alen, nice to see you. How are we doing?
Oh, very good, thank you. And I'm delighted one. I'm happy to be here and to join this great event. And 4 fights, fourth fight in 5 months, so I'm gonna be ready. To give it all.
Before we talk about the fights, how's the missus? I know you proposed to her not long ago. Is there a wedding date now next year sometime maybe?
Well, she's great. It's even better than before. Now when I put that ring on her, she's twice as better. So just enjoying being with her and everything, and boxing. That's all I do, boxing and my missus. And so it's a great way to live for me, these days. And we don't have a wedding date. We don't want to rush. She's still young, so no need to put any more stress on her.
Alen, we all know the backstory. We all know where you came from and what you did before boxing, and the support of being around Dillon Whyte's got you into boxing. But as you just mentioned, we started the year off in a lockdown. Last year was practically all lockdown. You've had 4 fights in the last 5-6 months now. You're probably one of the most active fighters here in the UK.
Yeah, I think I am, and that's what I said from the first day. I give you all, I give you my all, I give you my blood, my body, my flesh. And it's damaging. My body sometimes hurts from all of the stress and stuff, but I just go through it because I know what I want to do. Because these guys don't even know what they want to do. These my opponents and stuff. They just box. I want to make my name. I want to make my legacy. I want to create something big in boxing. I have big dreams. I gotta work hard for them.
Manchester, it's going to be, I think Eddie Hearn mentioned yesterday, 13,000 people here in attendance. What do you know about your opponent that you're fighting on Saturday?
Well, he's David Spillman. I just found out his name. So that's about it, and I think it's going to be a routine victory, because I can now say that I am there, just to make routine victories, because nobody would take the fight. I wanted somebody better. I asked for it for the last 20 days, but they just keep saying no, and I end up with this guy, which is okay guy, much better than all of Hrgovic's opponents in the last 5 fights, so let's go.
You mentioned there you're trying to get the bigger names. Who are the ones that you're targeting? We know everyone's been speaking about Dave Alen. Eddie's come out and said he wants Dave to have a couple of more fights before he gets in the ring with you. But I know you're a man who's hungry, a man who wants to accomplish titles and create a legacy. But who are the names that you want to challenge in British and international boxing?
Well, listen, Dave Alen's name has been connected to mine since I started boxing. Everybody wants to see the fight, so then it's fight for the fans, but it does nothing for my career. It does nothing. I wanna achieve much greater goals than Dave Alen. But this is the fight the fans wants, and I hear them, and I'm gonna try to make them. But for now, I wanna go for Oscar Rivas. I wanna become world champion. Nobody believes it. I don't even believe it. But I wanna become world champion. I'm so close to it now. I'm number 3 on the BRIDGEWATER rankings, so I want to go there, and then I want to capture the world title, and then I want to go back to heavyweights. And God knows what will happen.
When you were at heavyweight, you were kind of a small heavyweight compared to what we have. Obviously, if you fought 30 years ago, you would probably fit in nicely with everybody. They were around 214, 215. Do you feel like BRIDGEWATER is the division for you, and more realistically, getting the opportunity for that world title?
Well, like I said, I'm ranked number 3, so apparently it is, but I don't see it as necessarily good stuff for boxing. I don't know, because I like the fewer categories, I would put 80 kilos all the way up to 150 to be heavyweights, so that's my thinking. And but it's a nice opportunity, in the right time for me, Just as I came up, this BRIDGEWATER title comes, and it's beautiful. I would be fool not to make most of it, but I still want to be a heavyweight boxer, and I am a heavyweight boxer. People don't know what real heavyweights weigh these days. I don't think I disagree with them, about the weight and stuff. So I want to be world champion, and then I'm going to go back to heavyweights for sure.
You talk about Oscar Rivas, obviously Dillon Whyte fought him and he gave Dillon some trouble. He dropped Dillon in that fight as well. What has Dillon said about yourself fighting Oscar Rivas?
Well, we didn't really talk about it much, but we have a plan to go for the Bridgeweight title. We don't care about if it is Romanov or Oscar Rivas or that Rosinski guy or somebody fifth. So Oscar Rivas is just a name for me. I didn't come to boxing to fight Oscar Rivas. I always say that I didn't even know who he was. So it would be nothing. It would mean nothing to me. It would be just another, just like this guy is on this Saturday.
Okay, Alen, we wish you all the best on Saturday night. Before I let you go, though, obviously the heavyweight scene, as always, everyone's talking about it. I just want to get your opinion on a couple of things. Firstly, the main event, Joseph Parker, Derek Chisora. It is a rematch. Everyone's saying it's not going to go 12 rounds. Joseph saying it's not going to go 12 rounds. Derek saying he's going to bring war. What do you think happens in that fight?
Well, yeah, very, very great fight. And I'm a big fan of that fight. And I'm so honored to box on their undercard because I want to watch them, ringside, and it's a big stuff for me. And listen, Joe Parker is my guy. I love Joseph Parker. I love his energy. I love his everything what he does. And he's the one of the guys I look up to. When I went into the boxing, he's not that big of a heavyweight. So yeah, I'm Team Parker. Let's see. Chisora is always dangerous, always in good fights. But I see it as a Parker victory again. I think it will go on points.
On points?
Yeah, it's hard to knock out Chisora. It's nearly impossible. It's nearly impossible as I see it. I may be wrong.
Alen, the big news came out yesterday, and obviously I'm sure you was happy as well. Dillon Whyte finally. It was sanctioned by the WBC that he is now mandatory for Tyson Fury. I know they're in negotiation and there's a lot to go through yet, but it must be a huge relief for Dillon and people around him that he finally gets that opportunity.
Yeah, really a long time coming. He has been like 2 years, and they overlook him, and they will overlook him again. They will overlook him again. They're going to make him a huge underdog, and I don't know why, because he's such a menace to fight. He's a fighter. He's a true fighter. And Tyson Fury says he's a fighter, so I don't see any problem of making that fight. So I'm just hoping it's going to be made soon, soon, because Dillon has been waiting for it, and I've been waiting for it for him. So great British fight, and here in Manchester, and whatever. So great fight.
Alen, how hard is that fight going to be? Tyson Fury, everyone says, is #1 heavyweight in the world, but we know in the heavyweight division anything can happen. One punch and it's game over. We saw Joshua and Usyk, how Usyk completely just annihilated Joshua in that fight. So, but how tough is it going to be for Dillon, and what does he have that can cause Fury problems?
Well, when you say one punch can change it, you just describe Dillon Whyte. He is that guy. He is that one punch. And if he caught you, he throws a lot of punches, for difference than the other guys. But that one punch is Dillon. And he can change the course of history in British boxing. With one punch, he has that power. His fucking shoulder is like this big. I always say that. And yeah, of course, Tyson Fury is great. I think he's a good boxer. I think he does all the things right. But I think Dillon Whyte is that one punch.
Okay, Alen, I know you've been here in your fight night shorts and your top, and you're probably getting cold. But yep, we got the media workout later this evening. We've got the press conference tomorrow. Then we got the weigh-in on Friday, and then it's roll on Saturday night. So we look forward to seeing you back on Saturday.
Oh, thank you guys for having me. I can't wait. I'm gonna go warm up now, and I'm just walking in a robe through the whole. Everyone's looking at me. Yeah, thank you very much, guys. See you.
Alen Babic for IFL TV, thank you very much.